When learning sprint orienteering and developing as a sprint orienteer, we're often being told by a coach or more experienced friend that we need to read more of the map and that we're making mistakes because there were details on the map that we didn't pay attention to when it would have been really useful to notice a particular feature in the terrain. At some point in your orienteering, if you start to go faster, then you may have to notice that there is too much navigation going on at some points in time. And being good at finding ways to get yourself from one control to another where there's less navigation required is actually a really useful skill. So an exercise where you practice biasing your orienteering towards less thinking because you've got like a pre-planned kind of recipe, or as I'm calling them in this section, a strategic theme, can be really useful so that you don't have to consider every leg on a case-by-case basis and analyze every part of the leg, because you are against the clock in orienteering. And in sprint orienteering, you've got to keep moving really fast to get the best potential result for yourself. So a way to reduce some of that overhead is really useful. So a strategic theme that often comes up because it can be so surprisingly beneficial is taking these wide, smooth route choices in sprint orienteering. And a way you might practice this to see if this is a really good strategic theme for you is to get someone to set a course where there are some really wide and they look unusably wide route choices, and practice them. Time yourself on these different routes, and you might be surprised actually how not bad a really wide route choice is. And if it means that you could plan it very quickly rather than having to figure out all the details of a straight route choice, then there are some advantages that come with that. You could also be in a type of terrain where there's, say, a lot of staircases or obstacles of a certain type that's easy to come up with a simple rule to avoid them. And you could just say, okay, my strategic theme today is going to be no stairs. I'm just going to take the route choice with the least stairs and keep things real simple, not assess the route choice on all these other factors. All I'm going to look at is where are the stairs and how do I avoid them. And you can run the test with that theme, maybe take some splits, run it again with a kind of more general approach to each control and try to plan what you would have done without biasing towards or away from the stairs. And yeah, I think you'll be surprised on how effective it is and how not bad it is to take what might seem like the second best route by the time you've compounded that over the length of a course and not made any mistakes and stayed quite smooth. So give it a test and make it really conscious. It's not just something you might consider. Just be crazy and do every route, no matter how silly it looks, along with your theme, and see how it works out for you.